Hey everyone, welcome back, ready to dive in. Today we're tackling LLMs for software development, which, let's be honest, is like the hottest topic right now.
Yeah, it's huge.
It feels like we've all suddenly got this super powered coding buddy. But are we using these tools to their full potential? Or are we, and be honest with yourselves here, just hitting copy paste and hoping for the best?
That's the thing, right? It's so easy to fall into that trap.
Hmm.
It's kind of like using a GPS when you don't actually know how to read a map.
Oh, I like that analogy.
You might get to your destination, sure, but as soon as you need to, like take a detour, figure out an alternate route, you're kind of toast.
Totally. And it's almost worse with code,
Yeah.
because you think, oh, chat GPT, just whip this up, problem solved. But then you're in a code review and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, magic.
Right. It's not a good look.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that's where a lot of people are missing the real potential, the real magic of using LLMs. It's
Mhm.
not about just getting the code. It's about understanding the why behind it. That's how you actually level up as a developer.
Yeah, it's like, would you rather be handed a delicious meal or learn the recipe and become a chef?
100%.
Yeah.
One gives you a quick win, the other actually teaches you something.
Yeah.
So how do we bridge that gap?
Mhm.
The research you shared had some really solid advice about going from like LLM user to LLM master.
Well, let's break it down. What's like step one on that roadmap?
Step one is surprisingly simple. Ask for explanations. Don't just take the code at face value. Treat the LLM like almost like a personal coding tutor and have it break things down.
I've been trying to do that more and more. And honestly, it's kind of amazing what you can learn. Just the other day, I was looking at a piece of code for a sorting algorithm. And instead of pasting it in, I was like, okay, Chat GPT, walk me through this. What's the logic here? Why this algorithm versus another one?
Perfect example, because by asking those clarifying questions, you suddenly understand so much more. Like, what if it had recommended a really complex algorithm and you just blindly used it? Maybe there was a simpler solution, better for your use case,
Yeah,
but you wouldn't know.
exactly. It's about being in the driver's seat, a decision maker, not just a code monkey.
Right.
So, okay, asking for those explanations, that's step one. What's next?
Don't shy away from confusion. I mean it. There are no dumb questions, especially when it comes to LLMs and code. If something doesn't click, dig deeper until it does.
And this is really where those LLMs shine, because you can be like, explain this like I'm five, or explain this asynchronous JavaScript like I'm a newbie. You've got a patient tutor right there.
Exactly. And you can go at your own pace, which kind of leads into the next tip. Test your understanding.
Oh, this is a good one. It's like putting on your teacher hat. Could you explain this to someone else in a way that actually makes sense?
100%. That's where the real learning clicks because you're not just memorizing. When you can articulate the why, that's true comprehension.
So we've asked for explanations. We haven't run from confusion. We've tested our knowledge. What's next in our journey to becoming like LLM coding wizards?
The journey is all about practice, iteration, and refinement. Just like any skill, go back and forth with the LM, fine-tune your understanding.
It's like learning a musical instrument. The more you practice, the more fluent you become. And sometimes you hit a wall. You need a fresh perspective.
And that's where our final tip comes in. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Even the best, even the most senior developers rely on their teams. Sometimes just a different set of eyes, they can unlock something.
Absolutely. We're all in this together. But you know what? Before we wrap up, I want to touch on something. We've talked about the how, but what about the why? Why is understanding the code so important when we have these powerful LLMs?
Because at the end of the day, it's about being a well-rounded, confident developer. Imagine.
Yeah.
You can discuss any piece of code, debug it, improve it, even if an LLM will help generate it. That's power. For you, for your projects, for your career.
That's what this deep dive is all about. Don't just use LLMs, use them to become a better developer. So go forth, experiment, and most importantly, never stop learning. Happy coding, everyone.